Hi guys and welcome back to Tommy's Starcraft. This is your host Tommy with another Starcraft Remastered replay for you guys. And once again we have a great engagement here in between two pro players. This time however an international gameplay, as we have a powerhouse here, aka NAZGUL, spawning as the Protoss in teal. He's a player from the Netherlands. And his opponent is going to be none other here, spawning in the upper right in the white. It is BOXER, a very known and legendary player from the South Korean scene, as he's actually one of the first pro players in the Starcraft Broodwar scene. So one of the first players participating into pro tournaments, and a player who has really done a lot of this for this esport. So truly a great engagement here in between these two pro. Sadly I don't have that much info about NAZGUL. I just know that he's from the Netherlands, as he's opening up here with a pylon. So the map they're playing on is called Neo the Last Temple, a very interesting map, I believe, with 4 spawning locations. So once again a fast expansion is a possibility for both players. There's a nice supply depot here for BOXER. Also he decides to block a little bit the entrance for his SCVs, for any aggression against his SCVs of course. And also interesting placement here with this gas, so I hope he's not going to make it a little bit difficult here for his SCV to mine that gas. So pretty interesting stuff here by both players. And NAZGUL continues here with a gateway of course. So pretty standard opening up here by both players. As we do know, another simulator is being placed here. As we do know that in a Terran versus Protoss matchup, Protoss for example really likes to go for mass zealots with dragoons, perhaps later on with some arbiters, with some carriers. There is also a possibility with dropships, with reavers and even dark templars, as Terrans really rely very much on their scan, and of course turrets to detect those dark templars. As for the Terran, of course they really like to go into a mass mechanical unit build with siege tanks, vultures and Goliaths. I don't really see them going into a mass bio, for example with mass marines and medics or fire bat heroes. It's really very rare. It is a possibility of course to rush the Protoss early on with some marines, with some bunkers, with some SCV pools, but it's very rare and uncommon. However, it could be very strong. Now there is also a nice pylon here being placed by NAZGUL, as he wishes to know when exactly an aggression is going to perhaps pass through here, or also given the fact that BOXER is known for his dropship gameplay, this pylon of course will detect any incoming dropship placement. Also gives nice vision here on this ground. So pretty good stuff here by NAZGUL, as he's opening up also with a cybernetics core. No zealots yet for him, as he's very likely going into a dragoon gameplay here. Dragoons of course very strong if you micro them correctly. Another pylon being placed here. Let's just have a look at BOXER. What exactly is BOXER going for? This perhaps could be his first factory indeed, as his first marine is also out. So no scouting yet by both players. Both players pretty standard. NAZGUL at 19 workers, BOXER at 18. Both players decide to block the ramp in just in case a scout is coming in. The access will be denied of course. There's even some patrolling going on here by BOXER. His SCV is out. This is very likely a scouting SCV, could be a fast expansion SCV, but no, BOXER really decides to go out on the map just to see what exactly his opponent is up to. And what is this? This is a robotics facility base, so we might see here a shuttle gameplay here by NAZGUL. Of course shuttles with reavers very strong against any units on the ground here from the Terran. So let's just have a look. BOXER is checking this location. There's nobody here. Another pylon is being placed. 2 nicely dragoons position here just to deny any scouting here. Of course the range upgrade is also being done here for NAZGUL. And let's just see the follow-up here. Perhaps he's going into reavers. Let me just check. No, it's just an observatory. So of course observers very much needed if you're a Protoss facing a Terran, as the observers will of course scout those mines from those vultures. A lot of Terran really like to go vultures with mines, even defensive but also aggressive at the beginning of the game, especially placing mines all over the map, in the middle of the map for example, just to deny any early aggression here from the Protoss. Good job here by NAZGUL killing that SCV, as we have a first move out here by BOXER, just tries to kill that probe as fast as possible, and even goes for a expansion, a very early expansion here for him. First tank is also out on the map, some marines are out on the map just to secure this position here for BOXER. He's probably going into a second factory indeed, and might follow up with many more factories. Now NAZGUL at the same time is moving out here with 3 dragoons. Pretty strong engagement here for him. There is no bunker yet here for BOXER, so his marines are very exposed here. 1 or 2 might get taken out, nice micro here, but this 1 dragoon will very likely make it out alive. Even the probe decides to attack. However, good engagement here for NAZGUL as he kills 2 marines and also micros his dragoon out of danger. So pretty good stuff here by him. The BOXER is already mining out on this base. Both players at the 28 and 29 mark for the workers. Let's just have a look at the follow-up. Even BOXER is even producing some marines here, pretty interestingly enough. I guess he's going to build indeed a bunker and he wishes to just secure this position. Now, another expansion is going out here for NAZGUL, a pretty late expansion, but like I told you guys, worker-wise, both players are the same. As these 5 dragoons, even though 2 are hurt, will secure, of course, this position here for him, as he's very likely going into more and more gateways. What building is this? A Citadel of Adun, of course, much needed just to upgrade the speed legs for your zealots. Of course, zealots are much needed in case the Terran is going tanks. Zealots will, of course, soak that splash damage, especially soaking those mines if BOXER is going into vultures. So let's just have a look. Pretty sure, yes, he's indeed going into vultures. And yeah, zealots a great counter to those vultures mines, as they will of course step into those mines and just soak them straight into the Terran tanks, even the Terran vultures, Goliaths perhaps later on we're about to see. So expansion here for NAZGUL, another expansion here for him, so very greedy gameplay. I really like that for him. The Observer is also out. Of course, like I told you guys, observers really much needed against those mines from the vultures. So pretty good location here for NAZGUL. He's actually preparing for a macro-oriented game. His second expansion is out, his first is also finished. The first zealots are out on the map. Pretty sure that speed lag is indeed being researched, as more and more gateways are of course being produced here for the Protoss. Let's have a look a little bit at the main from BOXER. This is what I told you guys, a lot of Terrans really like to go into mass mechanical units. Many factories, of course. Later in the game there should be around 10 to 11 factories. This observer is however straight on spot here for NAZGUL, as he's seeing exactly what BOXER is up to and what exactly his buildings are. Some more supply depots are being placed, of course. And let's just have a look what exactly he's building. More and more tanks and vultures. So no Goliaths yet for him, just early vultures, and these vultures could of course do a nice drive through here and just kill as many probes as possible, or even placing some mines in the middle of the map. And now NAZGUL knows that a move out is going to come here from BOXER, so the first aggression we have here, a nice placement here of those mines, dealing a little bit of splash damage here. Good job for him, not losing that many vultures. Even more and more mines are being placed all over the map. One vulture sadly falls here for BOXER. The observer comes in, of course, just to check out the scene, just to see exactly where those mines have been placed. There's even some mines here at the high ground. So pretty nice concave here by BOXER, just denying any move out here for the Protoss. We even see a Dark Templar here on a visible unit, of course, for the Protoss, so BOXER needs to be careful as there is no detection. He might have scan. Yes, indeed there is scan in the main, but slowly but steadily NAZGUL is moving out. The tanks are also moving in here, some are sieging up, so pretty good position here for BOXER as he takes out 2, even 3 dragoons here. In comes the Dark Templar, he might take out a vulture or 2. No, immediately he gets killed, but a 1 siege tank also falls here, so pretty good engagement by both players. More mines are being placed here by BOXER as he just wishes to secure his position here. Reinforcements are pouring in. Let's just have a look at the upgrades. Still 0-0, of course, as we are at the 10-minute mark here. 2 SCVs here, strangely enough. Okay, he's building some turrets here. And those turrets, of course, are a great counter to the Dark Templars, as not only they're anti-air, they're also detecting invisible units. Of course, they're going to detect those observers as well. Nice splash damage here with those mines. Good spread all over the map, but in comes the Zealots in the front. However, they're not being able to touch those siege tanks really strongly. A nice concave here for NAZGUL. Perhaps it's going to be a good engagement, but no. BOXER holds. His tanks aren't that really hurt. 2 tanks, of course, have fallen, but in the end, BOXER holds his position and slowly but steadily moves out here. Slowly but steadily, more and more tanks are coming in. This wall could, of course, be an advantage here for BOXER. Let's just have a look at the next engagement. The Zealots in the front. But will they reach those siege tanks? Only one siege tank is being killed. Second one, of course. But now, as the Zealots fall, NAZGUL has to pull back. A pretty even engagement here, but NAZGUL is in a little bit of trouble as BOXER sends more and more reinforcements here, and of course siege tanks very, very strong against on the ground against any ground unit from the Protoss. So an option here for NAZGUL could be some dropships. We have another engagement here. Lots and lots of splash damage once again being dealt. Zealots in the front, exactly where they should be, soaking up those mines, just dealing mass splash damage with those mines. A good engagement here finally for NAZGUL. However, his dragoons have fallen and he did take out quite some siege tanks, 3 siege tanks. One is of course being hurt, but slowly and steadily more and more BOXER is moving out more and more on the map. There's even a nice cannon here. 6 Zealots in the front. The vultures should of course take care of those with some mine placement. But there are observers, of course, for the Protoss. Let's just have a look at the follow-up. Nice spread here by BOXER with his siege tanks. Notice that he's not clumping all together, because it would be very bad for him in case those Zealots are coming in. Another turret is being placed. He is going to detect this observer, perhaps even taking him out. Let's just have a look at another Dark Templar here, but I don't know if that is a good decision. Here we go. Dark Templar, of course, gets taken out as fast as possible. Lots of splash damage with those mines. Those Zealots don't make it quite through, and there's just not that much being left here for NAZGUL. More and more Zealots are pouring in, but those vultures in the front should be able to take care of that. So NAZGUL in a little bit of trouble now, as BOXER didn't really lose that much, and even deals more and more damage now to the Protoss units. Cannon is being replaced. Another turret is being made here for BOXER. More siege tanks are pouring in. So many dragoons here now for NAZGUL, but I don't see that many Zealots. Once again, the Zealots, only 2 Zealots here in the front. But NAZGUL needs to be careful, as those siege tanks are great against any dragoon. At the same time, I see BOXER expanding here at this position. NAZGUL, of course, it's 3 expansions. Worker-wise, we have 49 workers already for BOXER, only 34 here for NAZGUL. Nice scan goes out. Not that many Zealots. Finally, the Zealots are coming in. Dragoons in the front, that's not really where they should be. The Zealots should have been in the front, so bad engagement here for NAZGUL as the Zealots are pouring in, but not that much splash damage here being dealt for him. Pretty bad engagement here for NAZGUL, as he has to, of course, retreat a little bit back. So a little bit of mistakes by him. His dragoons were in the front. The Zealots very late in the front for him. As we have another waiting game here. BOXER is sieging down, and now he's pretty soon going to siege up. Once again, he's spreading his tanks. Nice position here for this tank, being backed up by those mines. In come the Zealots. They have been taken out, but more and more Zealots are coming in. So pretty good engagement perhaps here by NAZGUL, but those tanks are holding their positions. The vultures are in the front, exactly where they should be, and dealing so much damage here against NAZGUL. The more and more this fight goes on, the more and more NAZGUL is losing, sadly for him, units. He's trying with some upgrades here for his Zealots, of course. More and more is being tried to be poured in, but slowly but steadily BOXER is moving out. These 2 Zealots will fall without dealing any damage. Great position here for these 2 siege tanks, as the wall is protecting. Another try here by NAZGUL to come in, but once again splash damage is being dealt to those Zealots without any damage being dealt, real damage here being dealt to BOXER, as he loses only one siege tanks. 3 siege tanks are coming in, so BOXER is feeling very confident. He even clumps up these siege tanks together, and the expansion is in trouble. Vultures in the front with those mines. In come the zealots, but they can't really touch here the Terran army. One zealot will of course be taken out here, so NAZGUL in some serious trouble. A great move out here by BOXER, and as this game is pausing, of course NAZGUL did GG very likely out, as we look at even the SCV and probe count, 28 probes for NAZGUL, 53 for BOXER, so very great engagement here by him. Nice spread of the siege tanks, even abusing this position here a little bit and very patiently moving forward here. So pretty good engagement here, pretty good, nice try and hold by NAZGUL, but in the end BOXER just proving way too strong here for his opponent. I really guys hope you enjoyed this replay. I will be of course back with another replay. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Tommy signing out.